Sometimes I be right in your face and hit like genjutsu in place. That's how it be though. Nothing but great effort just to get a C though. Eyes watching but we never seem to be though. So this is going to be a little bit of a different type of video. I was thinking about something and it really got me thinking, and then I even posted it on Twitter and a lot of people started thinking, and then I was thinking that holy shit, there's a lot of thinking going on. Now with that being said, I want to ask you guys a question, and then I'm going to give you guys my answer to the question. And that question is, if you could spend one day of our time in the hyperbolic time chamber, which obviously if you don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z, basically the hyperbolic time chamber, you go in there and one day in our time equals a year in that space. And you can get a lot of things done. We've seen Goku go through Super Saiyan transformations, Gohan learned Super Saiyan in there, a lot of really awesome stuff happened training in that chamber. But of course, again, you could do pretty much whatever you want in there, you know what I'm saying? If you want to just sleep and eat for the whole year, you can do that too. Now with that being said, giving my answer, what would I do? Because again, I'm really interested to see, because I've saw like 10,000 different answers already on Twitter alone, so I know you guys probably have a lot to say about this. Me, for starters, because again, if you don't know, I'm doing the music every day, every night, that's on my mind all the time. I would more than likely spend majority of my time making music, creating it. Again, we're talking about in a hypothetical situation that, you know, I could bring all of my electronics and books and whatever the case may be and, you know, do what I want in there and have electricity, so to speak. I don't know, have a cord go through the freaking door inside into, I don't know, Corin's bedroom downstairs in the other or Kami's bed or some shit. Kami's old bed. R.I.P. Kami. Well, not R.I.P. with Piccolo. Whatever. Anyways, I would definitely spend the majority of my time just crafting, writing music and stuff like that. But also, I would spend a good majority of my time rewatching anime and recording just video after video, having a blast. Just imagine knowing that, okay, yeah, it feels like a year in here, and it probably is a year in here, but when I step outside that door, my whole self will be dramatically changed within one day's time. You know what I mean? Like, I've always thought about that, and like, man, the things that I could get done. And I'm sure there's a bunch of mangaka that think that too, because at the end of the day, in case y'all don't know, the life of a manga creator, really, really hard. You know what I mean? You get no sleep and stuff like that. Imagine Eiichiro Oda wish he could spend like, I don't know, 10 days in there just to finish One Piece. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely spend a lot of time making videos, stuff like that. I think I'd spend a good majority of the time just kind of thinking about life and kind of reflecting, because again, you have all this time in there. I think I think a lot about certain aspects of life and kind of where I've been, you know what I mean? Like, there's just, again, a lot of different things, but majority for me, it would be, again, creating music, creating videos for you guys, reviews, maybe just discussions of stuff like that, like a lot of cool things. And the thought of it, again, it's not realistic. Well, who knows, maybe one day that technology could get to that where we just start controlling time or some shit, but for now, yeah, that's such a great fantasy. And I guess that kind of goes into life itself, and I don't want to get too preachy or anything like that, but it just shows that how little time we really have here. My daughter was just born, it feels like just yesterday, and her birthday is coming up May 2nd, and I'm like, yo, where did the time go? Now imagine I could have got a lot of stuff done again in one day. It's just like, time again is just so precious and it goes by so quick. And the thoughts of a fantasy world where you could get everything done, because nowadays my life is very different than it was even a year ago or whatever the case may be. I'm a busy guy. I'm constantly always doing things. I'm on the move, I'm on the go, which is a great thing. And again, I don't want to get too preachy, but for anybody that suffers from depression, again, in case you don't know, I've spoken openly many times that, you know, I constantly battle with depression and whatnot. Being active and not just, you know, oh, go to the gym and stuff like that, which is a good thing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you would never believe what happens with your mind when you go to the gym. It really makes you feel more positive and just overall happier. Obviously, there's probably a scientific explanation, but I don't know it exactly. But nevertheless, again, of course, exercise is fine. But when you are constantly active mentally, thinking about doing the next thing and the next thing, sometimes it's a little overwhelming. You don't want to overwork yourself, because sometimes I do that. And I'm like, yo, it's 2 in the morning. Can I get a nap in? You know what I'm saying? But definitely, if you have any type of depression or anything like that, I know we started off talking about the hyperbolic time chamber. Again, I don't know where this video is leading on, because we started off with the hyperbolic time chamber and now we're talking about depression. But again, I love to help my people. I really one day want to make a change and help people's lives, especially the people that you guys that rock with me the most. I was thinking about this last night too, you know, while I was thinking about the hyperbolic time chamber and all this crazy stuff, and I was like, man, I wish I could find some type of way that I could reach out to each and every person that, you know, watches me, follows me, my fans, my viewers, my subscribers, all of you guys, you know what I'm saying? And whatever y'all going through, I really wish I could just make it go away. I know I'm not a genie, I'm not God, I'm not anything like that. I'm just one man, whatever. But one day I do want to find that answer of how I can help you guys. But until then, I know the best thing that I can do is try my best to set a good example and showcase motivation, because motivation can take you a long way. If you're unmotivated or you're around a bunch of unmotivated people, it'll bring you down. So at the very least, what I can do to help a lot of you guys that go through tough times, that go through depression, that go through a lot of these horrible things that life throws at us, at the very least I can show you, hey, it can get better. I was in a bad spot. I've spoken openly multiple times. I was homeless, splitting a fucking can of corn, splitting an egg with my mom and shit like that. You know, I've been there, you know what I mean? So one day I do want to find a way where I can really help you guys. But until then, the best thing I could do is be the best me, so I can show you guys again, it can get better. If you're crying yesterday and you're depressed and you're on the brink of it all, that doesn't necessarily mean tomorrow you're gonna be crying and on the brink of it all. You take one day at a time, take one step at a time. You gotta sometimes think, okay, maybe you're going through something right now, right? Something horrible and your mind is just bugging out and stuff. But you're gonna have that adrenaline rush for that moment. Handle that moment right there. Because once you handle that moment right there, you can let the future version of you, future Trunks, so to speak, handle the future stuff. For now, handle what you got going on. You win one battle at a time. Honestly, again, I don't know why it went that way, but I always love to help out people, and especially the people that help me out. We help each other out, and one day, maybe I will find an answer. Now I feel like, holy shit, maybe subconsciously this was all inspired by Jiraiya, but yeah, just kind of wanted to talk a little bit because we don't really get to do that often on here. Mostly is, you know, anime and manga and stuff like that, but occasionally, hey, if an anime discussion leads into interesting territories, why the hell not? Again, curious if you could spend 1 day our time in the hyperbolic time chamber, which equals 1 year, what would you do in there? What would you bring with you? And how would you feel about that? Or you wouldn't even go at all because you couldn't bear thinking of being a year and a day or something like that, or wasting in a sense. Some people might think that's a waste because bam, I just lost another year of my life. I'm gonna die a little bit sooner because I spent a year in that chamber. So kind of curious of you guys' thoughts on that. And again, I want to stress, if you're going through something tough, you're going through something that is breaking you down, get through that right now and let the future you worry about, whether it's 2 hours from now, that little monkey on your back, that devil on your shoulders fucking with you, let the future you handle that. You know what I'm saying? You can't win them all. You're one person. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. This got real serious, but I really want to help you guys. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're going through, I'm here.
Making major moves, laughing at the haters lose. We don't give a fuck, virginity intact, cream stack. Paper rules, if you heard it, best believe that. But now it's whatever, one day I'll be your favorite, but never. No matter how you get it done, no matter